again tonight. I just want to say welcome for coming on to this live session. I'm Dr. Miriam Smith, the host for Empowering New Nurses. Thanks for coming on, my friends. Thank you. I appreciate that. So tonight I'll just talk a little on hope for the future for breast cancer survivors. Survivors have shown us that the future is hopeful for the treatments, the therapies, and the potential strong possibilities for more success in finding the cure for breast cancer. So we are resilient and we want to encourage those who have survived to keep pushing. Keep pushing. Don't give up. Now we think of the hope, we think of resilience. There's some words that we definitely want to embrace, our survivors to embrace. Being resilient. You might fall, but you're going to get up and you're going to keep going. And as much as you possibly can, reach out for the support that you need. Just to tell you that you're not alone. There are others out there that are ready to support you in whatever way they can. So we have a future of possibilities. You know, the breast cancer survivors can be strong and they can be hopeful because opportunities are being presented that's telling us so. For personal growth and also to be happy, to be joyful. Words of encouragement are definitely out there. And those words of encouragement can empower you to the best of yourself, to be the best of yourself, to be the best version of yourself. Of course, you will feel frustrated sometimes. That's human. But when we trust and believe that a better day is coming, or better days are coming, because of the innovativeness in the hands of our scientists and the medical advancement and increase in knowledge, evidence-based practices, and all of that. Hello, hi. Thanks for coming on. So here we are. We're thinking today of the future of our breast cancer awareness month and also the survivors. And as we become more and more educated, it's so important because many people don't understand the importance of being educated and the preventative measures of adapting sometimes a new lifestyle that will promote health, a healthy living, you know, by adapting that, it can make a big difference. And I will hasten here to say a few things that came from our walk yesterday. If you had maybe looked on my YouTube, you will see that we had quite a number of women who walked yesterday. I was one of those participating in the hosting aspect of it, live walking in the park. And we walked from Beth Abrams Hospital up to 233rd, that in the Bronx. And we had men who were there supporting. We had some survivors testified of what their journey through the process has been like. And there were many surprises. There were emotional feelings that were expressed, and you could sense it. And we all empathized, you know, and we thought of those who were with us sometime but no longer because of this disease. And so tonight I'm definitely thinking on focusing on hope for the future. Hope for the future and the innovations that are in progress, those who are in advanced medicine, who are working tirelessly to do their part in ensuring that there's a cure. There's a cure for cancer. And so, as a community, whether it's your immediate neighbor or it's in a spiritual setting, just wherever your sphere of influence is, how can you help? How can you support as human being? Because it's definitely not an easy road. Some people might be able to help physically, some might be able to help financially, some might help emotionally, but that support, that embrace, that encouragement, those encouraging words saying, you are not alone. I'm there for you. I'm there with you. As we listened yesterday to some of the testimonies, it was, they were touching. I recall there was one uh, participant who talked about her illness and also her granddaughter who passed away with the same illness, the same illness that her granddaughter had. And she was so, and so in that way, uh, the, the, the number of individuals really felt it because she started crying. And she was so positive at the same time. So I'm just encouraging those of you who may have had survivors or may have had those who have passed to be encouraged that whatever form or way you can help in the promotion of good health, encouraging your friends, your family, your loved ones, whoever your concerns are, to ensure that they take their annual, including if it's a female or so, the mammogram. If those are surviving, that they take their screen, they go for the screen test. Those who are on treatment, that they will comply with the treatment. And you'll hear many, many, many suggestions. You have to process them. You're not going to take everyone because everyone has a story, but you or have some suggestion with some suggestion. So you have to be able to filter, but make sure that you do your part. It's so important because there's a tendency sometimes when you have reached a certain, I would say, maybe the side effect of some of the medications, one might become so discouraged and they'll feel like going on. And if you don't have that support at that time, you can go under. So you have to find yourself among people who are positive, like-minded people. It's so important. The naysayers and those who don't understand might be telling you otherwise. But be optimistic, research. Don't settle for just one answer. If you have to get second opinions, do that. I think that's prudent. And so I will share with you quickly my story. Uh, Maybe you've heard it again, but you've heard it before. But my sister, I was in California at the time. I was in San Jose, then I left from there and I went to another distant area. And I was on my way. My daughter had gotten a high school scholarship and was out there at a high school performance in San Jose. They had to visit Stanford and all of that. So here I was out there. I was moving from one area to the other, and I got the message. My sister called, my younger sister called. That's about 15 years ago. And she said she was just diagnosed. I also became tearful and could not hold myself. But then I was the only person I'm only person as a parent going in that direction at the time. I had to leave my daughter with the team at the school, and it was something else. Anyway, after a while, diagnosis, she had to go for treatment. I would assist her as a nurse too. It helped. But everybody or anyone can do it as long as you lend yourself to it. And it was rough sometimes. Actually seeing her color changing and her expressions and her physical being was not the same anymore. And the treatments and the tests and tests upon tests upon tests. And she was stage 4. She had a mastectomy, she had reconstruction, and guess what? With prayers and support, she was not alone. The support from my church was there. Prayers were going up. Physical help would come sometimes. Friends would come by and to give me a break. And so this is what it's all about. Helping, reaching out to others, and be a part of the human family and let the other person sense it. It's so important. You can talk, but when you act, because action speaks louder than word. I would say too, I would support that statement. So I'm not going to be long tonight, but I just want to remind somebody that there is somebody out there that needs your help, that needs your support. And at this time, I'm going to be specific, is a cancer survivor, because the road can be challenging at times. So we have a future. We anticipate a future of possibilities, a future of research and innovation. And when all is said and done, that they will find a cure for this dreaded disease. But until then, we'll keep on fighting. We'll keep on fighting. And so I just want to say thanks for listening to this live session tonight. And wherever you are from, I've checked my audience and I have people from different parts of the world, and I do appreciate it. I want to ask you, if you have not done so, if you have not yet gotten your copy of the book that I've put together for over many years, that's me there, Nurse, the guide to empower new nurses in delivery of high quality care to all patients. And when I say all patients, I mean all patients, all inclusive. Wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever your race, what's your nationality, what's your ethnicity, wherever it falls, and the list goes on, whether you're rich or you're poor, whether you are influential in an area of expertise or not. This book, it's an Amazon bestseller. You can find it on Amazon. And the interesting thing about it, as I wrote it, I worked on it for over a year. At the same time, I had thoughts that I had put, in my frontal lobe, what it would be like. But although I put my information together, no man is an island. I did ask others' opinion before editing. I have friends who helped me to edit what I wrote, and before I sent it to the editor, the professional editor. And of course, having certain knowledge before, that has helped. But I'm saying that to say, if you're not a nurse, you can still obtain a copy, because there's information in there from nurses, their testimonial of my impact on their lives and the impact of this book on them and on their lives. And I have testimonial in on this YouTube here where non-nurses have testified and have written their ratings and why they have done so and what the book means to them. So regardless of what they can, you can obtain your copy. It's on Amazon. It's under Nurse, the Guide to Empower New Nurses in the Delivery of High Quality Care to All Patients. Within this book, you have communication, and you know how important communication is. Whether you are a nurse or you are a non nurse, once you're a human being, you communicate. Two or more individuals communicating, whether it's verbal or nonverbal. And many times, nonverbal speaks louder than words, right? So I have from the nursing perspective, and I also have from the patient. In addition to that, I have grieving, loss. Yeah, sorry about that, the spammers. Yeah, and so with that comes, you can check me out on YouTube at Miriam Amanda Smith. I would like you to subscribe. I would like you also to comment, give a helpful comment. And if there's a topic you'd like us to discuss, you can do so, please. Then on Instagram, it's on Podcast Mirror. On YouTube and Apple, it's Miriam Smith. And on podcast, it's Empowering New Nurses. On LinkedIn, it's Miriam Amanda Smith. So go for it. I appreciate you and thanks for listening. And remember, we have 3 more days to be talking about breast cancer, and it's so important. 3 more days for October. That's the day that's the month that's being delegated or being celebrated as Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October. So let me see you put a comment in. I appreciate that. Thanks for listening. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.